Hi everyone, this is Cindy and I just wanted to show you this latest journal, and it is a Christmas journal. I mentioned in my last video that I was just kind of cleaning up my Christmas stash and trying to organize it, and I wanted to make this one last journal. So here it is finished, and I've got it closed with this scarf. It's just a scarf that's got a little snowman on it. So you take that off and we can see the cover. This was made, from a book, and I hit one of my lights. And I added a 2.5 inch spine. It's got 3 signatures. It's a fabric spine. It's got what do you call those things? Stockings on there, and I put rickrack where they meet the napkin that I Mod Podged on the front and the back. And on the back I didn't add anything, but the front I added this embroidery, cross-stitch embroidery that I got somewhere, and just added some rickrack around the edge of it. And then this is the stamp I have and a little sticker. So anyway, that's the front and the back. I added some charms on the bottom, just some little candies, like plastic candies. So anyway, I didn't count how many pages, but I'll put it in the description box. So anyway, try to get this scarf out of my way. The thing about the stocking fabric is they're all going the same way, right? You know, they're all up. There's no mixed up stockings. So when you flip it around to do the inside, all the stockings are upside down. So hopefully most of the signatures cover that, and you know, it doesn't really matter. I kept it that way because I really like the blue, bringing out this blue. This is the actual end pages or end cover, whatever you call that, of the book. And I like the blue, and I just kind of worked with it a little bit. And in this pocket, I'm trying to get close, is an old postage label that I put on some manila folder to make it tougher for a pocket, and just add a sticker. And this is just a little embellishment. And I've got a plain card that I just put some blank paper on the back. So a little pocket for that. This is just a snowflake cutout. I just glued it on for decoration. Okay, 3 signatures. Each one has scrapbook paper to start it. And this came from a pad of punch-out paper ornaments. And I would show it to you, but I've cut it all up, so I can't show you what it is. But there's several things that came out of it, and I'll kind of point those out. The snowflakes was one. And this right here was one, and it's supposed to fold up to make this real pretty. I think here's a picture of it, of what it's supposed to look like folded up, okay? But don't move away so fast. But I like the paper ornaments, and they really folded up and glued well, but you know, how do you store something like that? So I just used them for my scraps. I mean, used them as, you know, decorations in my scrapbooks here. So anyway, so I made that like a little tuck. And in the tuck, I have this little envelope, and it's just the cutest thing. And I think I got it at Salvation Army or somewhere. And it's got a little note letter that goes with it, but I'm not going to show you because it's actually from a company that is not real, you know, just staying away from having their stuff in my books. You know, they have a mouse as a mascot, so I'll just say that. But anyway, it's really cute, but so I'm slipping it in there. Okay, this is just from a little recipe book, holiday recipe book. This was from a gift bag, but I like the craft paper. Made a pocket here just out of scrapbook paper and some ribbon and just different elements. And the tag is just like a card with some rub-ons on it. This is paper that goes to your copier or your printer, so you can write letters and things on there. A belly band made out of this bling and some red velvet and some scrapbook paper, and I put it on book page, and then just a little cluster on top. Just digging through, and it's scraps and just things that were laying around from other projects. And this is going to be really hard for you to see, but it is a little box that folds up, and it's got the score marks and the little flaps and everything. This came from that same paper pad where you get the paper ornaments, so I included it as just a little fun something that whoever gets this journal can make and do. You can wrap a really small present in that. This is music paper, and this is from a music book, and this is the cover, so I just put it in here. And on the back is some music with some lace. Just made a little pocket for this little tag. Okay, I showed in the last video how I was using scrap papers and things and making collage sheets like this one. And I mean, this is nothing new, you know, it's like franken paper. And what I did is, if I liked it, well, I made 3 of them, and I just put it on my copier, my printer, and printed out a full sheet of it to use as a page in this book. And here's one of them. And if I liked it, I'll just keep it, and next year I'll use it to make my own scrapbook paper. And if I don't like it, I'll cut it up and make pockets and stuff. So you'll see some of that coming up. This is a cupcake wrap, the little paper cup that you pour cupcakes in, the little small ones. And this decoration here is cut from that paper ornaments package. A cluster made out of ribbons and some scraps of fabric. And this is a postage stamp I watched Roxy Creations make one. She just took napkins and Mod Podged them, and they cut them out like postage stamps, and then just do some stamping on them. Now, of course, hers had like little flowers and butterflies and things, and I just used scraps of some napkins, so I still like the look of it though. A doily. This is some copier paper that you run through your printer, to write your letters on, but I copied it in my oven. That's how I get those lines. This is what I call a messy scrapbooking, messy journaling spot. It's made out of blank paper. I just stitch around it on my sewing machine, and then I can glue it over places where there's words or something that no one wants to read. Belly band made out of some burlap ribbon and book page, and inside of it is just a little booklet made out of book page and just scraps of papers of all sorts put on there. Just a little booklet. Over here I took a piece of cardboard, ripped off the top of it so I got the ripples, and then I Mod Podged a napkin on it and just a little gessoing on there. It made a little tuck. And then this is a tag made out of layers of book page, some lined paper on the back, and then I put a napkin on it and stitched around it. And this page here is, actually, I think I glued this on the page. Yes, this is the center of the signature. It is the cover of A Better Homes and Garden, and I just really loved it. But the back of it was, I think it mentioned that same company that we're not talking about, so I wanted to cover it up. So I had this music paper that I had put some tissue paper over. Mod Podged it over that music paper and just glued the whole thing over the back of that magazine page. So there's the cover. Magazine cover, which is the center of the signature, and I did the same thing on the back of here. I covered it up with this wrapping paper, and then this is just a little tuck made out of a 3-inch scallop punch, and I put a little snowflake on there and just put a little plain card on there behind there, so do what you want with that. Another messy journaling spot. And now we're on the back side of the signature, so the papers are the same. We had a Christmas story game that no one wanted, so I just took the cards out of it and made tucks out of it. And this is a to-from tag that I bought. You'll see several of those. Every time I see some, I grab them because they make perfect tags for your journals. And here's another one, and this one opens up. So this another fabric and button cluster, and this is from that same paper ornament package. It was to be folded up. It was really long. You're supposed to fold it up. It makes it like a little circle ornament thing, but I just glued it on as a pocket. Here is one of those cupcake holders that I just iron them flat. They come with the rippled edges, and I just take my iron and iron them flat. A little, I think I'm not sure, a game tally thing or something. So put a little ribbon on there for a little tab. Here's the back side of one of those Franken papers that I made. This is also from that paper folding ornament. If you were able to see it, you could see I don't think you'll ever see it on camera, but it's got the score marks where you're supposed to be folding it up. Of course, I just glued it on there flat to make a pocket. And here's another one of those to-from tags. I have a variety of them. Just some scraps of, this is wallpaper, this is scrapbook paper, an image I got somewhere, and made a pocket out of it, and just a little cluster with lace and wallpaper, and this is a label. Book page with napkin on the front, stitched, and lined paper on the back. That paper, the back of the craft paper. This is one of these Franken papers that I didn't like too well, so I just tore it up and made out of one corner of it, I made a tuck. and added this fabric cluster on it. And the journaling card is just book pages with scraps on it, with rounded corners. Okay, this, you'll see this paper through here. It's really a gift box that I just took it and cut it with my punches. Added a little snowflake thing here that's from that paper ornament packet, and here's another 2 from Tag. This is scrapbook paper, and well, gift wrap, put on some manila folder, cut into a tuck, and here's another one of those little boxes I was talking about that's scored, and you can fold it, so you can have fun with that. There's washi tape, another one of those pockets made out of that ornament, and I just added this little picture of a fireplace on there. It's got a wreath on it, napkin, book page, and lined paper on the back. This is a greeting card, a Christmas card, a doily. This is the bottom of a sack. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll recognize this. I added some lace at the top of it, and I stitched around it. And this is a little booklet made out of scrap of music paper and just some different scraps of blank and lined paper. I made this fabric flip, some lace, and this is something that Robin sent me, and then I had some scrap. I think my sister gave me that a long time ago. And it wasn't until I was going back through the journal that I thought, you know, it opens up to nothing. It was a paper, so, you know, a kid's work paper, and it's got their writing on it. So I guess, you know, you can put a picture or something under there. Okay, here is another tuck just made out of some punches and a snowflake. And there's another one of those cards from that Christmas story game, and it's got like trivia questions on the back. This is scrapbook paper. Music paper I just folded into a corner tuck, added a little cluster just made out of scraps. This is one of the ornaments from that paper ornament thing, and I just put a making a list, to-do list thing in here. Here is, actually, I think it's this. Here's the original, and then here's where I made the copy to make it into a page. And on the back, I just got a piece of cardstock that's been covered in some tissue, and a label, and a little punch there, making a pocket. And then this is a index card with just some stickers on it. There's another tab. This is some paper that goes to your copier as well, because most of it's blank and you can just type in your own letter. But it's got, it's Christmas and all the world is beautiful. A pocket made out of scrapbook paper, clusters, ribbon, a little tag. Here's a little tablet thing. It's just made out of scraps of this ledger paper, and it's got an image on the front. This is one of the things you can make from that paper pad when you folded it, just showing you what it looked like. This is from a Christmas, Night Before Christmas book. I had some really pretty images, so I included it. Music paper. And the center of the signature is from a Christmas craft in my recipe book. So I like the image, so we kept it in here. Now we're on the back side of the signature, so we see the rest of these papers. This is a paper clip that holds on this banner that's blank on the back, so you can write, and it's got a little cluster there. And I just used this paper clip to kind of help decorate the rest of this banner. Another one of those circle is a punch with a wrapping paper and a little snowflake, and this was punched out of another one of those gift boxes. You know how you get those shirt ones that are made for clothing, and they're, you know, you've used them a few years and they're getting pretty ragged, so that's one of those. Here's another stamp made out of music paper and napkin, and it's got the postage stamp on there. Pocket made out of, it's like the other one. It was scrapbook paper and wallpaper and just a little punch there, a label, a plain card with writing space on the back, a little cluster made out of ribbon and labels and paper. Here is another one of tuck made out of one of these Franken papers that I just tore, and this is music that was in a newspaper, like a 1912 newspaper, so I just cropped it out and printed it out. Okay, back sides. This is a piece of fabric that I just stitched onto some manila folder to give it some weight and made a little tuck out of it. And another one, the to from labels. This was the envelope of a Christmas card I got. Can you see it? Yeah, an envelope of a Christmas card I got this year, and I just loved the cardinal, so I cut it out and made a tuck out of it, or pocket, and another to from label, and another cluster, which has different items on it. That's into the second signature. The third one has the same little snowflake as the first one, cut from that paper pad. This is another flap of an envelope of a Christmas card I got this year. I just like the little seal and the gold, so I just cut the whole thing out. This is just a journaling card. This is from a gift bag. And this scallop here is from the paper ornament pad that you're supposed to fold this up and make an ornament. And then this is one of what they're supposed to look like, so I just cut it out. Because they give you the actual thing you punch out, and then they show you a little picture of what it looks like. And this is a picture of what one of them looks like, but not this one. I'm not sure where I got these. Well, it says Hobby Lobby. Got a package of these little Christmas trees at Hobby Lobby. Some more of the Franken paper. And there's another one of those. Pocket made out of book page and just different scraps put on there. Same way with this. It's been stenciled and I got a scrap of wrapping paper on it. This is from a book of Christmas More with got a poem on it. One of those tucks that cut from the box. And another tablet made with the image of something that you would make in that paper ornament pack. Let's see, where did it go? Right here. Music paper, a Christmas tree. This runs through your copier. I took one of the snowflakes and put it on a 3-inch, since it was kind of a really light colored one, I put it on a 3-inch punch and just made a little tuck out of it. This is from that Twas the Night Before Christmas book. Another tab. This is the cover from a Christmas cookies book. You know, I don't think I put one of the recipes in here. I need to go find it, and I will put one in here. Another booklet made out of music paper and scraps, and this is a cluster. I just made it into a top tuck. Another picture from a magazine. It was a book. Okay, here's one of these bags, and I was showing you the bottom earlier, but this is the other side of the bottom. And I probably should have done something to decorate that, but I'll leave it to whoever gets this to do. A tag, to from tag. And inside here, I put a little trifold thing that's it's got a pocket, little tag in there, and it's got lines on there, and this is just decorated with napkins. This can hold a whole lot more stuff. This paper page, it was the back of that something. Oh, the cookie thing, I think. Yes, back of the cookie thing. And I didn't like what was on there, so I just took a bunch of the scrap napkins and Mod Podged them on there and just made a decorated page. It's from the book, scrapbook papers and just different scraps. Recipe card. I've had in my stash a long time. Music paper. I've tried this, made it in a top tuck. It's a little tag. I got it from somewhere. I think maybe Christie Art Designs. I'm not sure about that though. And I'm not sure where I got this. It's just a printout. And just trying it as a top tuck there. Another one of the postage stamps, just made out of napkin and book page. Another one of those things from the ornament book that just shows you what something, no, this is the actual thing, and it has like little things that should pop up, but I just glued them all down. Here is a to from tag that I glued on as a tuck, and also it's one of those that opens up, so you got writing space here. There's the to from tag, and we got a little cluster here, and Franken paper. This is some music. I'm not sure where I got this. Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I'm not sure. So I had it printed out. So I just made a tuck out of it. And here's a tag. Layers of book page, lined paper, and napkin. And it's been stitched around. And this is a flip out. over to the back page, and I just took one of these plain cards, the little snowman, because he was lined in blue and it goes with that, and I made him into a little tuck and just put this little tag there. It's just made out of scraps. So anyway, that is this book, and I'm going to go find one of those cookie recipes and put it in here, and other than that, it's done. I'm going to be listing it on my Etsy shop. So thanks for watching. Bye.